and we're getting
I
it.
think I took yours, Wayne.
Oh, man.
I know.
Oh.
I see he pushed it over my way, because it has my name on it. I took yours.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so I'm not looking back your way.
How's it going to find?
Just one going for the record of what council member could sack the most crap in front of
You
his
don't
desk.
have to be out showing people cars on.
No, I didn't have to
Hey, did you get
plow
my
all
email?
those blocks.
I
and
did,
move all those
I just
cars.
did, I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
know.
that's
I
the
have an
worst
extra
part.
one. If you don't want it, leave it, and we'll find a home for it. That's fine.
Pull them out.
I'm gonna try and
Pull 'em out
do
of
it
the
this
snow
week.
drifts
Okay.
before you could, you know, it was just a lot of work.
Try and
I
big
know.
point.
Every
I'm
snow.
trying to do it.
Hey, man.
All right, I'll be here to hold your hand.
Yeah, I know you will.
Day.
I know, I tell people. That used to be before the town.
Thank you.
I remember when we moved down there, Joe was scoring big ass, said, you can hear this place. Where that beat was. We had dust out there, we used to be out.
Yeah.
I said, we had dust out there, he said, no, I guess you did. And he was right, no, I didn't. The darn stuff was sticking.
You bet.
The other day, it was, I went downtown the other day,
Yeah, it was really bad, it was fine, truck shaft. But it was sticky, you couldn't just wipe it
Pete,
off.
Ken,
Go run
Pete,
through the
Ken.
wash.
Ken, Pete, can you hear me okay?
What?
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 What? There's no mercy
How
here.
are ya?
Come on.
Did you come from
Just wanted to verify that.
lake today?
Again, please?
Oh. Where's your office? Making fun of old people.
Hello. Hello? Yeah?
Be a lot closer if you don't drive a few blocks, work on that way.
Are we live?
There it is. And all its glory.
Kurt, Kurt, did you
We're
catch
ready.
that?
We're going.
Yeah, it's the YouTube live.
Yeah, 1 minute, under 1 minute. Sure. Yeah. Depends how long this meeting lasts. I'll keep it short leash.
Mike is
You're freaking me out.
All right, we're ready. It is 4:30. Welcome to all of you that are here today. I'd like to begin and stand for a moment of silence and follow that with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, if we could have a roll call, please.
Pete Hamill,
Here.
Ken Snyder,
Here.
Brad Hint, Wayne Barahona,
Here.
Tom Eggers.
here.
All right, moving on, item 2, the approval of the agenda. I'll take a motion for that.
So moved.
Support. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Barahona,
Aye.
Eggers,
Hi.
Hamel,
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye. Is there anyone in with us today that wishes to make any public comments at this time? Okay. I want to read just some brief instructions here before you start. So as you approach, be concise in your comments. You can speak up to 4 minutes. No saving your time or yielding it to someone else. If you're addressing a matter on the agenda, state the agenda item you're speaking about, and if speaking about more than one agenda item, arrange your comments in chronological order. Try not to duplicate information that has already been presented. Direct comments to the entire council, not to an individual. Questions and issues raised during this time will generally not be answered. Maintain a courteous and respectful manner. And if you are a presenter on an item which has been formally placed on the council agenda, this process does not apply, although you are asked to be succinct in your presentation there as well. Iowa law requires certain matters to have public hearings which have their own comment periods. Comments pertaining to a public hearing item should be saved for those times. And the 4-minute rule applies there as well. So go ahead, state your name and let us know what you want to tell us about.
Good evening. I'm Dick Sievers. I'm the Executive Director with Mid-Sioux Opportunity Incorporated. Item F on your agenda is the resolution with Mid-Sioux Opportunity to provide financial support to our organization. And I know that this is something that the State Auditor's Office has requested of local governments, is to make sure that they can comply with the public purpose law of the funding provided to nonprofit organizations. And Sam and I have discussed this item several times. I guess I'm here primarily to see if you have any questions about that. We have agreements with 4 of the 5 county governments that we work with. The other is fine with the information that we've provided to them already in the past. And we have one city that, other than Sheldon, that made an inquiry about it, and they decided not to use a contractual agreement. But we're fine with it. If you have any questions, we're certainly willing to answer those, and we appreciate you considering it.
All right, do any of you have questions for Dick? Hearing none, appreciate you being here today. Just good to put a face with the name of an organization there, and so
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, then let's move on to our consent agenda. I'll take a motion to approve that.
So moved. Support.
We have already, we got a little taste of what's going on with the resolution with the Mid-Sioux. Are there any questions or comments about any items on the consent? If not, we'll take a roll call, please.
Snyder.
Aye.
Farahona.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
All right, there's no old business, so we'll move on to item 6A, the downtown HMA resurfacing project. Who wants to speak to that, Todd or Sam?
Sure, I can, Mayor. We also have Jason with Beck Engineering here with us tonight as well, so he can stand for questions.
Well, before, I forgot, we should have a public hearing. Let's do the public hearing first, and then I'll let you go ahead. Is there anyone here with us today wishing to speak to this project, the resurfacing project? I see no motion and no movement, so take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Support. Roll call, please.
Hamel.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Farahona.
Aye.
Okay, Todd, the floor is yours.
Yeah, perfect. So yesterday we opened bids on the downtown HMA project. We did receive 3 bids for that project. The low bidder is Blacktop Service Company out of Humboldt. They were low on the base bid and the alternates. You'll see a memo in the packets from Beck Engineering. They have a history with Blacktop Service Company, as well does the city of Sheldon. We both recommend that we award the base and both alternates. One thing I would like to point out is there was a minor miscommunication between myself and Beck on this, so we will have to issue a change order with the contractor to do some ADA compliant fix-ups on just a couple of sidewalks that were omitted from the plans and specifications. So not a massive hiccup. The cost is there. We just need to, we've got the unit pricing here. Just need to install. Other than that, I'll stand for questions.
Will this be our first experience with Blacktop Service Company?
No, we have worked with Blacktop Service Company many times over the years, so
Okay.
have a history with them, and so does Jason and his team, so no concerns there. I guess the only other comment I would make is just as a reminder to everybody for the funding. So if you recall, we bonded $2.5 million, and we had said we would try to get as many projects out of that 2.5 as we could. The 4 that we were trying to squeeze in there were the downtown HMA project, the downtown parking lot and alley project, the Rainbow Drive project, and then the stoplights and turn lanes at 34th Avenue. So we bid this project yesterday. We bid Rainbow Drive next week. and then the stoplight is still at the DOT hands. We don't even know yet if that project is approved or moving forward. We have always known that we had more dollars estimated than we did available. So our project estimates were about 2.8 million. Originally, they've since grown with inflation. Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, most estimates are at least 6% higher today than what they were even 6 months ago. So we will likely be short on funding when we get to the traffic light, but we've got some time to either push the project back or figure out a different way to fund it or make some changes to it. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. We will likely, unless Rainbow Drive comes in exceptionally low next week, which I find unlikely, short on the project.
I have a question.
Sure.
Not about this project, but about the traffic signal. Do we have some kind of indication that they're a little more willing to work with us than they have been in the past, or?
Yes, they told us to get started and submit plans for their review, and always in the past it was, and not now. So Jason actually has been communicating with the DOT. I don't know if you have anything to add, Jason, but communication has been slow. There is a review set of plans in their hands, correct?
That's correct, Todd. Good evening, everyone. They asked for the TCD sheet, which is the traffic controlled layout. It's just a couple of page application that has been submitted to them on the city's behalf, as well as a review set of plans. I think just getting through the holidays and whatnot, trying to get the 3 or 4 DOT officials together that we need to, along with us, has been kind of the time constraint.
Okay.
For the record, could you just state your name, please?
Yeah, Jason Agabrod with Beck Engineering.
Thank you, Jason.
Todd, quick question.
Yes, sir.
You kind of got into some of the numbers that I was going to ask you about earlier. When you look at the bid tabulation, it shows that Blacktop Service Company came in almost 15% below our estimate, but you just stated that our estimates had been adjusted.
Yeah,
and
so
that it was actually running 6% above what we had earlier estimated it to be. Am I understanding it correctly?
this estimate used in this bid tabulation is higher than the estimate we utilized at project funding time, yes.
So in actuality, we're still 7% less than our original estimate was based upon their...
Well, this one may or not be dependent on timing of estimates versus budgeting, but you'll see on the next agenda item, as well as most likely next week, next week's bid, probably going to be a little higher than when they were at budget time.
Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to keep a running tally here on whether or not our estimating is good, or if you know what we're getting for bids is competitive or not. So that's
Sure.
why I'm asking the question. So.
Well,
I would say in this case, the estimate was fair, and we got good bids
Okay.
on this case.
I think it's important to point out on the bid tabs, on the base bid, the low was 304,000 and the high was only 319, so we're only 15,000 apart on 3 bidders.
Yeah.
I'd say we got solid numbers from contractors.
Yeah, I was just wondering, with the inflationary aspects of things going on right now, just how it was really playing out, so.
The next bid that we'll look at, we're not quite as fortunate as this one.
Yeah. I'm an old fisherman. I can hold a walleye pretty close to the camera and make it 3 minutes.
All right, any other questions or comments? Okay, Jason, I don't know, are we gonna need him up here again for the next one, or?
I assumed maybe so.
Yeah, go ahead, you can stay. It's up to you. So if there are no more questions, we have a resolution awarding the contract. Do you want to approve that? Someone want to make a motion to that effect?
So move.
Support. Any further comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Snyder.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Farahona.
Aye.
Himmel.
Aye.
Okay, let's move on then to the public hearing on the downtown alleys and parking project. There's no one in the room other than our engineer, and so I'm assuming there are no public comments. If there are, please step forward. Seeing nothing, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved. Support.
Roll call, please.
Farahona?
Aye.
Eggers?
Aye.
Snyder?
Aye.
Hamel?
Aye.
All right, anything you want to talk to us about on this, either Todd or Jason?
Just thought we would mention that we did receive 4 bids on this project. Beck Excavating out of Spirit Lake was the low bidder on the base bid and the bid alternate. Recommendation from Beck and myself is to award both. Just so you understand what the alternate is cement treating of the subgrade. We will, with that as a recommendation that came from CTS, who did the soil borings for us. We will evaluate soil conditions at time of removal and remove the cement treating if we can. But at this time, we would prefer to err on the side of caution and leave it in there because based on soil borings, we believe it will be needed. I think from there, Jason and I would stand for questions.
Sam?
Jason, could you tell us a little bit more about this contractor? And then the second question that I have is regarding the billboard on Old 60. If you've heard when that's going to be removed, if there's been any conversation with, has Reagan talked to you at all?
No, and I don't think they've reached out to Beck.
Okay, all right.
They're still under lease. Yep.
Until March.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the design accounts for it being gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So skip my second question then.
Okay. So the first question, I mean, Beck Excavating is a grading and paving contractor out of Spirit Lake, Iowa. We do have worked with them in the past, and they are, they're capable of this type of work, and we would recommend awarding the project to them.
To my knowledge, they haven't worked in Sheldon as a prime bidder, but they have worked on a couple of projects that I've been a part of as a subcontractor. I've experienced no concerns with their work either.
This is one, I guess, just proactively where the fish maybe isn't as close to the camera. As far as estimating, there has been quite a bit of spike in concrete over the past couple of weeks for some strange reason. Strange is, I'll just leave it at that in my opinion. But being we got 4 bids and, the first couple were competitive and the other 2 were even quite a bit higher, I feel that the bids are as good as we would receive for quite some time.
Okay. Any other questions? And if there aren't any, then I'll take a motion to approve the resolution awarding this contract as well.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Farahona?
Aye.
Hamel?
Aye.
Snyder?
Aye.
Eggers?
Aye.
Okay.
All right?
Jason, thank you
Yes.
for
thank
coming
you guys.
today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, moving on then to item C under new business. You have in your packets the resignation letter from David Dykstra. Been with the city police department for 33 years, I believe. That would become effective July 31st. Is that correct?
July 1.
July 1, okay. Yeah, oh, there it is, yep. Any comments, Scott, that you want to make at this time?
Just that I'm excited for Sergeant Dykstra. I'm excited for Sergeant Dykstra to retire. Greatly missed, but it's well deserved.
Okay. All right, any comments from the council?
I'm going to miss him. From the ministerial point of view, he's really supported. We've worked together well. He's done an excellent job.
Good.
And feels good to have somebody that stays around for their career, as that length of time, of 33 years of service. That speaks well to his commitment to Sheldon, and it's fantastic to have people with that kind of dedication. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think he definitely serves as a great example for a lot of the young officers that, you know, what happens when you believe in your community and your community believes in you, and you can build and grow together, and he will be missed. Just wish him very, very much a very happy retirement. It's well deserved. So.
All right. And I echo the sentiments expressed. 33 years is a long time in any job. As a policeman, he's seen his share of the underbelly. Some refer to it as the underbelly of the community, dealing with that. But he's brought a positive attitude with him. He's reached out and affected a lot of young people over the years. He's even had to deal with our city administrator and scooping the loop, it sounds like. There's a story there, but I don't know what it is.
It's a good story.
It straightened him out, apparently.
So, yes, I also wish him the best in his retirement. And at this point, I would take a motion to accept this retirement letter.
I make a motion.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Farahona.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
Okay. Moving along then to our reports. Did you want to give us an update on where you're at with the township fire service agreements?
Thank you, Mayor. The report that I've attached, I think, speaks for itself. Brad was unable to be with us today, and him and I were going to talk more about this, I think, if he'd been here. But we'll have an update for you later. Or Brad and I are working on the termination notices. That shouldn't be taken as a bad word, but we need to terminate the old 1990s agreements with these three townships. That was authorized in the resolution that you passed last year. I've put a sample there that I've put into city form and added some additional information to, and have sent it to Brad and city attorney for review. But had a good meeting last week with two of the townships, and had a conversation with Grant Township the other day. But you know, it's not easy to change something that's been the same for a long time. But I think overall it's going well, so we'll report back soon.
Okay. Any questions from any of you? Okay. Receive that for information. Anything else you want to comment on aside from these township agreements, Sam?
No.
All right. Todd, anything else from you?
Just want to share the news in case anyone's not aware that Lewis and Clark had applied for $12 million in funding, ARPA funding from the state of Iowa, and $44 million in ARPA funding from the state of South Dakota. We did receive notice last week that the state of Iowa intends on funding the full $12 million to Lewis and Clark. That has a very positive impact on the expansion of that project. Sheldon is 3.817% of that project, so that $12 million saves us about $458,000 in expansion costs in today's dollars, not considering any inflation. There's my little disclaimer. But nonetheless, it has a positive impact on the ratepayers of our community. So just wanted to share that. We anticipate hearing from the South Dakota by sometime mid to late March. So that request is pending.
Very good. Moving on. Kurt, anything from you?
Just quickly, tomorrow, SCDC annual meeting. Everybody's invited. Hopefully, a number of you have already RSVP'd. I know Justin's going to be there, so properly reporting on the event. So anyway, hopefully you guys can all attend if it works for you. At noon, it starts at until 1:30. Tom Kraus will be our keynote speaker, co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. A number of books out there that he's written. So anyway, hopefully you guys can all attend that tomorrow.
Very good. Chief Birch, anything else from you today? Angie, anything from you?
Nothing.
All right. Council to my left, anything?
You've answered them all.
To my right, council.
Yeah, I just want to do my monthly report on recycling at curbside, just to keep it in everyone's mindset. I tested it out over the holiday season and put a ton of cardboard out there, and every bit of it went just like it was supposed to. So it's working fine. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Sam, you have something else?
Yeah, I'd just like to mention something while all of us are here regarding next week's budget hearings. So it's been posted to Town Cloud. We also have printed some budget books. Angie's printed about half of what she usually prints, but I wanted to take just a few minutes here because Todd and Wayne and I have had a brief discussion on how we'll have this room set up, and we're thinking we'll have it set up just like we have it right now, because that will help with people watching in on YouTube. If you would like to be down below, we can make that work. We just need to do some more figuring with our equipment, but it's a lot easier for us if we do it this way. Wayne, do you have anything to add?
No, I think it works good for everyone as far as from the council perspective, so.
So as far as department heads, I saw an email that they had to be here. Will they be speaking to us from the podium then?
That's what I would think, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Should work.
My attitude, make it as easy on yourself as possible.
Yeah. I'll give you a quiz on Friday. You need to go home and read it tonight. So.
Very good. And I have no further comments, so with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Hamel.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Farahona.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
And we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.